I'll do that later. All right, so what I will do, so on the previous video, I've kind of created this page that I designed first of all on Figma. So lots of Figma stuff, Figma SVGs, Figma nav, Figma stuff, Figma colors, and then I have implemented the hero section, the cliche solution section, and how does it work section. And today I'm going to focus on this. This is going to be a little bit more complicated because it's not just an image. Before I just copied this as an SVG and then pasted it and like positioned it properly on the hero section, but on the container of the landing page. But here I want something more dynamic because that text is gonna have to be actually entered by me as text. And then I also want that on mobile or smaller screens, the free panel goes below the 15 pounds per month panel. So that requires a little bit more work than just copy pasting some SVG, even though I could. I don't really want to. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully within the next hour, that should be done. If I have time, I'll do the FAQ. But I think this, I mean, it should be quick, but you know, explaining stuff takes a bit more time. All right, so I'm gonna start with that header section that we've extracted as a reusable component, so that should be super nice and quick. I've created a pricing section, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the solution section because that has the max width that I want and all the paddings that I want. So I'm just going to copy paste that here and remove that super big SVG and keep that marketing header component. So for the title, let me save that, and we should just see somewhere. Yeah, okay, that's just a copy paste of this one. So now let's fill it with the actual details. So on this is what I want to copy here. And how much needs to be in red? So I'm just going to copy that and paste it instead of Kanuu and remove let. And then I need to copy this here, and I think the U needs to be strong, so I'll just strong that U using semi-bold. See how that looks. Nice. Just checking if I've done that in the previous ones. No. So maybe I can do it a little bit more because that doesn't really stand out to me, and I feel like it stands out a bit more here. What did I use there? Did I use semi-bold? I used bold. Okay, well, let's do that then. Okay, so thank you, Loris, from the past. Okay, that's better. Now, I don't like how this is 2 lines now. Okay, it is 2 lines here, fair enough. But I will add a forced line break after this. I just don't like the me on its own. Or maybe I should do how much and then line. Let me try that. So how much BR will discuss me. That's nice, I like this. How much will discuss me? Yeah. Okay, good. So that was the easy part. Now we have to do this section right here. So what I'm gonna do is a good question. All right, what am I going to do? So it's definitely going to be a flex container with 2 divs inside. This one will have no padding, this one will have a padding and an actual, so I'm not going to use SVG for the rounding. This is actually going to be a border of a div. However, this bit at the back and also that little screwed rectangle will all kind of be attached together as an SVG, and I will anchor it from the bottom right corner right here. And then that should just follow it nicely, hopefully. And actually it's quite nice because I don't think I've done that on purpose, but I was going to say it kind of matches here that line, so I could make that a width of 100%, so it will always kind of match the width of the container. But now that I've said that, I can see that the SVG actually continues here, so that might be a bit more problematic than I thought. Let me see if I can. Nice, okay, so I solved that by doing Command E, so I flattened the SVG stuff in there. All right. Let's do that then. So, okay, I'm gonna start by doing something simple and having a div, which will be a flex container. I'm not gonna worry about columns for now. I'm just gonna focus on desktop first because that's what I have in front of my eyes. However, something that I will want to know fairly soon is the size in between them. So we've got 81 pixels between the two. So let me see if Tailwind has something close to that on their spacing scale. So at 81. Okay, 80, good. So I'll use 20 then. Yeah, a size of 20 to separate them. So that means I need to do space x 20, and I will automatically space my divs inside 20 from each other. That being said, I could use a grid and then just have a gap. Yeah, no, forget. No. Okay, so I said I'm not going to worry about columns just yet, so I will honor that. Okay. So just to have a quick look, I'm gonna to do, so that's the free section, and that will be the 15. Did I do something special with the, yeah, I did. Yeah, 15 per month. All right, so that should, yeah, good. So both of them needs to be flex 1 to take as much space as they can, proportionally, I guess. Maybe not actually, because that one, they don't have the same proportion, right? That one is 500, that one is 400. So, I guess what I could do is this, yeah, this and this will have the same size. And then I will just add a margin right here to kind of create the spacing, but inside the div. So that would be more like a padding, actually, yeah, padding. So that means, my point being, like, this will be, that line here will be exactly the middle of the landing page, which I think will be quite satisfying, and probably is already the case, actually, yeah, kind of. So it'd be better than my Figma design. Okay, let's do this. So remove this, and now just to remember, I'll add it here, so PR20. And what I'll do is I'll add a border. It's going to be a border black and rounded XL. Let's see what that does. Okay, good. So I'm not so happy about that though. Okay, stills. Okay, so that's not what I want, right? I think what I want is maybe W1/2, so that it really makes sure they take 50% instead of flexing, because that gap here, even though it's a padding, it will still be pushed in the middle, so that this bit here is flexed as much as this. So if I refresh, yeah, it's better. Good. Good. Padding. How much padding did I give inside this one? 32, 42. Oh, what am I doing? Okay. 42 on the side. Okay, what's 42? 10? 10 or 11? I don't like using 11. It's a prime number. Let's do 10. I think 10 is pretty big already, so should be right. Yeah, that's nice. Something else I've noticed actually is that line is a width of 2. So we need to do this. Border 2. Right, that's better. And also, just for my own sanity, I'm going to push that down because that's too close to what we want here. So what is the size? If I take this, okay, that's quite big, 300. It's probably going to be, as we reduce the size of the screen, it will have to reduce, but we want something quite big at first. And we will do 72. Okay, this one, NT72. And that is a lot, but we have to remember that there's going to be this SVG on the background going back up, so we need that space. Okay, I'm not convinced about the rounding now. So yeah, that rounding is bigger, right? So that's 20. Let's have a look at the spacing, border radius. Yeah, that's going to be a different scale. So 1 REM is 2XL. 1 REM is 16. So I need 1.25 REM, which we don't have, of course. But I mean, it's okay. I don't have a particular. I think I'll just use 2XL, and that will already be better. And I'll see if I prefer 2 or 3, but. Yeah, 2. Easy choice. Okay. That's a good start. Now, what I will do is I will focus on that section inside, and then I'll be able to just copy paste that whole thing here. All right. So first of all, we need the 15 pounds a month thing. It's going to be a div again, aligned by baseline. And it's going to be bold and size of 48. So what's 48 in Taboo World? Of course. So 48 is exactly 3 REM. 3 REM is 5XL. Okay, so we need text 5XL. Let's do this. So we'll have a div. We'll have a h3. Is that really a title? Let's just use it as a div. 15. And that will be a text 5XL. And for the other one, which will be just a slash months, is there a space actually in there? No. This is a size 18. 18 is, sorry, 18 is 1.125. Do they have that? Yes, they do. It's LG. Okay, so LG. Nice. So you have the size. Now we want to align. Is it item? No, it's not. It's items baseline? Question mark. I'll just see if they're aligned properly at least. Okay, good. And that's it. That is exactly what I want. This needs to be bold though. And the color, sorry, the color will be marketing. Let's see what I call this color. Moody blue. Nice. I like this. And that color is, God knows what that is. I don't like that name. I don't like that name at all. Earthy gray. Do I have one already? I don't know. It's okay. I'm gonna call this something else. I'm going to call that I've got so little inspiration for colors. I think cotton is nice. Let's call it cotton gray. Okay. I don't know why. Did I actually spell cotton correctly? Yeah. Okay, back to the pricing section. This one will be text. Sorry, marketing. I don't know how to type. Okay, cotton gray. And you know what? Cotton gray is such a mouthful. Let's just call it gray. It's a marketing gray. There's not that many gray in there. Fuck this. Okay, it's not working anymore. I guess it's because I'm waiting for Tailwind to reload. Maybe? No. Yes, it's working now. Yeah, okay. Well, it took ages. Okay. And we want this to be regular. And this is also regular. It's weird because regular here feels a lot more bold than here. I'm thinking of doing at least a medium. It's not even noticeable. Semi-bold. That's too much now. What is happening? Okay. Well, I'll just leave it as regular for now, and then I'll see with the whole picture how it looks if I'm happy with this. So there is a little spacing here. I'm not even gonna check the spacing guideline. I'm just gonna do 2 and see if I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this. Now, for the spacing below, that is also very, very light. Yeah, super light, because there's the line height as well. I'm even tempted to say 1 or 2. And it will take the full width, and we'll copy the text whilst we're here. And I should probably make that a paragraph at least. You know, I'm not very good at tags, but at least this is a paragraph, so let's take that opportunity. Is that the same size actually, or is that smaller? That's also, that's 16, so that's normal. That is 18 then, okay. So normal, large, large, large. Okay, good. So we'll do text, marketing, gray, and it will take the entire space. I like this. However, it's quite close actually, so let me try and do an NT2. Might do an NT4. Let's see how it was here. NT2 is, there's an NT3. It's got the apple in 2. You say cut the apple in 2 in English? We've got an expression in French which is cut the pear. Coupe la poire en deux. I don't know. Okay. Now, what do I want to do next? How to do these bits here. So that's gonna be a flex container, or is it really? Just 3, yeah, 3 columns. Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do first is I'll select that group and I will copy it as an SVG, which means I can now, I'm going to group them together, even though it's not necessary because it's just one div after the other. I just prefer, and I'm actually going to make that a flex call so I can then be more happy with myself. Okay, class flex call, and I'll do space y. Let's do a space y2 and see what it looks like. And for our first column, we'll have another flex, but this one, it will be a flex row, which is the default, so just flex. And then we'll have a space x4. Yeah, I think there's at least 4. I think, maybe. And the first item we'll have is that SVG that I've just copied. And the second element will be that text, which is just that. And that text is black and large and regular weight. Class text black and text large, but got the memory of a fish today, and most days really. Okay, that's not bad actually. Obviously it needs to be centered. I quite like that spacing, I think. Let's just try with 6 actually. Let's just try with 6. I think I prefer that. If it fits, if all the other items fit, then I think I'll go with this. Obviously we need also some spacing between this and this. I'd be tempted to say 6 as well, but it might be bigger. So where's fx? Yeah, empty 6. Do I like that? Almost. I'll do 8. I think just when in doubt, just get more spacing. It's a good rule of thumb. Okay, why do we have this weird padding here? Okay. So I'm just gonna recopy this by flattening that, because the problem is because of the skewed effects, it adds an additional padding here, which I don't want, because I mean, I want a padding eventually, but I want to control that padding. I don't want to just, be dictated the padding because of the SVG. So I'll just do, oh, that's not good. That is really not good. I'll select this and flatten that, and I'll select this and flatten that, which means if I take that group now, I'm still not happy. And I can't flatten the group. Okay, maybe what I can do though is ungroup it. No, it's not happy. So let me just paste that somewhere else first. Okay, now if I ungroup it and group it again, yeah, it's happy. Okay, the little quirks of Figma. Copy SVG. And we'll replace that here. Okay. Yes, that's nice. Okay. Next, I will take this entire block and paste it 3 times and see what it looks like. Okay, it's good, but there is obviously not enough padding. Why is there? Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Okay, so there is a padding, but it's not big enough. So I'll just collapse this, and the space Y needs to be at least, maybe not 8 actually. Maybe I'm getting carried away. Yeah. Let's do 4. Let's compare with what we had before. Not enough, so 6. No, wrong page. Okay, nice. I like that. Good. Next, I need to just change the text. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here, and copy this and paste it here. Kanuu. And we'll add a PR here. Good. Now the only thing is this unlimited needs to be of a certain color. So I'll use span class text marketing. I'm sure we've got that already. And this pastel red, unlimited, subscribe controller. Good. So now I'm thinking it would be nice if it would be a little bit more bold than that. But I think that font doesn't have a medium variant, so it has to be semi-bold. But semi-bold is too much. Do you know, I think maybe I didn't select all of them when I imported that font. I think it's interstate mono. Okay. Okay, bear with me how as I find trying to find the fonts. So my Adobe fonts. I suppose that's here. Yeah. Okay, so there's just those 4. Is there really just 4? Okay, yeah, Laris, you didn't choose very wisely. Okay, well, it is what it is. I like that font, so it's gonna have to be bolder. So I'll copy this, paste it here, and here. I think that's pretty good. Let me see where it looks here. Yeah, I think it's fairly close. Okay. Yeah, I'm happy with this. So now I'm gonna do this side first, because it's gonna be the easiest part. So I'm going to copy all of this and paste it here. And the reason I didn't delete that is just to remember to add the PR20. And actually there's no P10 all around, because we had to have a padding 10 all around here, but we don't want this here. So it will just be a PR20. And now, okay, let me remove this. The other thing that I will do is make that free, and I'll remove this entirely actually. I don't even need the flex container anymore, so I can remove this. And this will be black, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So next we need to copy this here. And for now, that's what I will do. Let's just check how it looks first. Okay. Not so good. So the reason why it's not so good, and why is that 3 so big? Is it smaller here? 48, 48. No, it's the same. Okay. Must be just an illusion. Right, so let's remove that border around it. And the other thing we need to do is make this item center so that this is exactly aligned at the center of this square here. And now it is much better. And now the only thing we need to do is change that color for those ticks, and the way I'm going to do this is basically by just copying this again, and I'm going to just do that same trick I did earlier. Let's bring that a bit closer. I'm going to paste that here. I'm going to flatten all of these guys, and then I'm going to ungroup them, Command Shift G, and then group them again, Command G. Now I can copy as SVG and go back here and paste that. Oop. I think I did a weird thing where I pressed Command C, Command V by mistake, so I'm just gonna do that again just to be sure. Command V, right. Be good. So now I can copy this. Oh, good. Useless spacing. So now I can copy this and add it here and here. That should change our colors. That's nice. And the only thing now that we need to be doing is changing that text, right? So let's copy this here, and we'll add a actual break line in it. Then we'll just add this here and this here. See how that looks. Nice. Okay, I think it's pretty good progress actually. All right, now we want to move on to that little section thingy here. So let's see if I can group these guys together. So you've got that and that, and no, not that. Okay, let's try and select. Can I remove this? I can do. Can I group this now? Or is that it being a problem? Obviously not. Okay, I'm a bit lost. Okay, so that's that. So I want to move that down. Okay, good. So now this is slightly over, but I'm sure even if it was like that, it wouldn't be the end of the world. And actually, I can give it a little bit of a offset on the left to appear it a bit more, a bit less straight. So I'm gonna do copy TZT, and I'm gonna paste it here somewhere. So let me just collapse these guys. So this is the free section box, and this is the paid section box. So what we want is we want this to be relative, so we can add an absolute SVG inside it. I will add it here. Will I? No, I will not do that. I will actually create a new wrapping div with the SVG inside, so at least it's pasted, and I will just make sure that this takes half of the size now. So this no longer needs 2, and in fact it will take the full size now, and it will just go here instead. So I'm just going to comment that out first and make sure that I haven't broken anything. Good, I haven't. So now I can uncomment this out and make this absolute. And I am going to anchor this at the bottom right. corner and absolute, and this actually needs to be relative, otherwise it would be absolute to the entire page, which is not what we want. Okay, that's actually quite good. So the way I'm going to fix the fact that it's behind, and obviously you can see it, is by just putting giving a background to that box here. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that this bit here is aligned to the top. And the reason why I didn't really do that on Figma earlier is because if I go lower than this, you can actually start seeing this, and I don't want it to be seen. But that's fine. All I need to do is push it a bit more from the bottom. So I think, where is it? It's, yeah, okay. So if I do bottom 2, let's see what it looks like. Nice. Bottom 3. Okay, I would say that this is actually perfect. Maybe let's just try 4. That's too much, right? Yeah. Okay, I like 3. Let's stick with 3. So now that this is done, so my initial plan was to scale that fully to the width of, I guess it's possible, right? So if I do W4 and I remove these constraints, that does look shit. Yeah, because that is no longer the size of it. Okay, well, you know, I'm happy with this, so I'm gonna stick with that. But yeah, if we wanted to have this, you know, fully extend the width of the square, then we would need to change our SVG such that it would be anchored at the bottom top here. And that means we need to find out the size here that is, yeah, which is not really ideal. So let's just do that instead. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm a bit lost, sorry. Okay, here it is. BG marketing, what's the color called? Provincial pink? Maybe not. Oh, I know why. Because this is absolute, so it will actually be displayed on top. So, and that is just because then this is because it's a static position. So what we want is we want to make that relative, so it's no longer a static position, and then the Z index will be actually it will be a part of the list of the Z index that is shared between that block. I know it's a bit weird, but Z index is hard, and you get it by doing a lot of errors like this. Okay, good. I'm happy with this. Right. So let's see how it looks here. Okay, so we've done all of this. Now we can do that bottom section in that little stuff here. And the way I'm going to do it is actually I'm going to design this bit floating in the middle and then have this anchored to that, so that when it's smaller, I'm going to move this not here, but at the bottom or somewhere around here, which is more interesting than just on the side. So let's copy that text, go back to our code. And so that is the pricing sections. And we've got here the free section and the paid section here. So now we want to add something else, which is going to be the disclaimer, I guess. So we want a div. I am going to preempt the fact that we're going to need to position something in an absolute position to base on that. So I'm going to have a wrapper div, which is position relative, and inside of it I'm going to have some text, and let's make this a paragraph. Good, and that's that. Now, that relative div needs to have a max width, which is proportional to this, I would say. Maybe a bit smaller. So let me just have a look at the component for the header, and I'm gonna copy what I used here and maybe just reduce it by one size down for both sizes. And actually, let's just go ahead and copy MX Photo and Text Center as well. So let's just try that. That's actually pretty perfect, I have to say. I'm happy with this. Good. So why is this not the right color? Oh yeah, because I haven't changed it. Okay, so this needs to be that gray color we created earlier. So let's go back to our code, and the text here will be marketing gray, also known as cotton gray. Okay, good. So with respect to the sizing now, we want 95 pixels, which is about 24. So let's do 24. Okay, that is very nice. Okay, so now we can quite simply add our SVG here as a position absolute, just like we did for our little festive stuff here. And I'm just gonna go ahead and copy that SVG here. Okay, go ahead and copy that SVG here directly. Actually, and this is going to be absolute. It's going to be position based on the top right corner, and let's just see how that looks. Okay, so then what we want is we want that to move more to the right and more to the top. So if I do -0, no, it is -2, that's just going to push it slightly over there, right? Yeah. So if I do -32, okay, let's do -40. Okay, let's go a bit. I think 52 is a size that exists too. Good, I like 52. And now we want that to be higher up a bit. I would say 16, 20, something like that. So minus top 16. Ah, okay. That is too much. 12. Let's do 10 and 48. Am I happy with this? Yeah, I am actually. I'm very happy with this. Okay, so that is the entire section basically coded for desktop. So now I've got 10-15 minutes or so, and I'd like to try and make that responsive. So let's do that. So I'm gonna click on this, and let's see how it looks at the moment. Okay, so that's not ideal. I guess we want to make sure that we don't end up in a situation where this is happening. I guess maybe we want to anchor it at the top anyway. Yeah, let's do that. Let's anchor it at the top, and then at least we're never gonna have to worry about this problem. So in the paid section, we want this to be aligned at the top. Obviously that's not really going to work because that's going to bring everything down here, because it will start here, back down here. But let's just double check. Yep. So now what we want basically is the distance between that point and that point here. So I've got a software called Pixel Snap, which I never use, but let's see if that actually works this time. Because I'm not sure if you can see what I'm doing because of the recording. Don't think you can. Maybe if I click on it. Okay, yeah, I don't think it works. But anyway, so for me, it's like a red line, and it says 363. So what I will do is, actually, I'm not using Tailwind just in time yet, so I know I could do something like 363 pixel, but I'm just going to do something quick and dirty because it's a landing page, it changes every year anyway. So I'll do top 363 pixel, and I'll just remove this altogether and see how this looks. So somehow this is even worse, yes, because it's actually minus 363, right? We want it to be like going back the other way around. This is not working very well, is it? So, why? I guess maybe retina? So what's half of 363 divided by 2? 181.5. Let's do 181 pixels and see if that is the magic number. It is not. Okay, so the only thing I'd just like to check is if we do find it, it's gonna be alright, yeah? Okay, good. So what I'll do instead is I'll do something a lot bigger, so like 300 pixels. And I will try to guess that myself. Okay, so the entire thing, I can't believe there's not an easier way to do this really, but okay. I know what I can do. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do like pretend to do a screenshot, and then it will tell me exactly the size. So I've got 210, something like that. So I'm gonna do 210, and then I'm gonna tweak some pixels. Nice to watch. Very nice to watch. Okay, bit less. This is fucked up. Oh, that's quite good. That is quite good. Let me just do like 4 more pixels. No, 2 less pixels. Yes, I'm happy with this. So now that it's anchored at the top, we've got that nice, and we don't have to worry anymore about the issue we had before. Okay, good. So I'm happy with this. Now we can focus on making these columns. How do we want to make these columns? Is the question. So I will make sure that this is a flex col, and after a certain size, which I'm just going to assume MD for now, is going to be a flex row. And let's just see how that looks. Good, good, not good, not good, not good. But that's fine. So that means we need at least LG, I think, because it needs to break way before what we had there. Good, that is a perfect breaking point. So that still works basically up to here, and then it doesn't. Okay, so the other thing that we want is we want to reverse it. We want that to be at the top and this to be at the bottom. So I'm going to do flex called reverse, and I think that's should do a trick. Okay, good. And this is a bit too much, I think, for mobile. So that empty, I'm gonna keep it for LG, and I'm gonna reduce that to maybe 64. Oh yeah, empty, sorry. Okay, we can do better. 52. Yeah, I just don't want that to touch the text, but I think it's good. So why is that not taking all the space available? Not that we really want that, to be honest, but certainly more space than that. Oh, because it's still doing that half one. So we'll do LG, and we wanted to take the entire space, but we wanted to have a max width of MD. Let's have a look, see how that looks. And once I'm at it, I'm gonna remove the padding right here for small screens. Okay, I think we can make that MD and LG. Okay, good. And we need to also make sure that when we do reach LG, let's just put that over there. We remove the max width because otherwise that will constrain our 50-50 size. Yeah, see. I think it's 9. Yep. Okay, good. So that being said, we do want some space here between the two. So since I've added some padding here, I might as well just continue by doing a padding bottom of 20, and when we reach LG, we will remove that padding bottom of 20. Obviously, sorry, it's top because it's reversed, isn't it? The free section goes below. That is working quite nicely, actually. So let's see how that works for smaller ones. I think it's fucked up because of that bit here, but that's fine, we can do something with it. And in fact, it's reminding me that we should have our section having an overflow hidden, so that, or is it our, sorry, not our section, our main marketing layout, I think. Landing. Okay, so if I go to the landing page here and I add a full overflow hidden, I think that will just at least make sure that we don't end up in this situation where, because this is positioned on the right, then it's, you know, making this weird contraption where it's taking so much white space inside. Good, okay. So now we can't see it, but at least it's not pushing the entire page away. Just make sure we haven't broken anything on desktop. Nice, I like this. Okay, so that being said though, we don't see it, so let's move that maybe at the bottom somewhere. Bottom right. So the disclaimer. So this is when it's large. However, when it's small, we want it to be bottom. Let's do -16. And what we need to do, of course, is also do bottom. I think it's bottom auto to reset it. Is it? Is that it? Guess it'll be at the end. Yeah, auto will reset it. Good. And on the right, I suppose we maybe don't want it to be too much on the right. Maybe we'll just do like 4 just to create a little bit of randomness. Okay, that's good on the right, not good on the bottom. So I'll add more bottom spacing. Too much. Good. Okay, I'm happy with this. So yeah, it's 6:30, so that's perfect. So for anyone that's watching this, I'm sure not many, what I'm hoping of doing is doing a session like this, you know, starting at 5:30 every Wednesday until 6:30, maximum 6:45 if I really have to, because I've got other stuff planned at 7. But that is a schedule I can stick with, so I'm gonna do that, create a schedule thing on Twitch and see how that works. All right, thank you very much, and see you next time.